G'day folks, welcome back. I've got another knife slash multi-tool review for you. This guy I was really excited about. It's the Gerber Armbar Drive. I really wanted to love this thing. On paper, amazing. Like, you know, I bought this for two real main reasons. Those two main reasons are the knife. You know, in this case, they're calling it a sheep's foot design rather than the drop point style that I'm more used to. Don't mind the blade shape at all. Still fairly sharp as well. I've had it for about a year and I've used it consistently for about 2 weeks. You know, not perfect sharpness. I've had to sharpen this. I was sharpening this every couple of days. You know, a little bit mushy on the cut, but still cuts. This is the one tool that I bought it for. I bought it for the drive. The fact that I can change over bits in a standard quarter bit driver. So you can just buy normal packets of these things. You don't have to go like Leatherman and you have to buy something very customized that's proprietary to them. You can just pick up anything else and, you know. Some of the people online have issues with this not being locking. You know, and I kind of get that. It's on the same side where you've got a locking mechanism for the blade. So I think that they could have done something there, but look, I'm not even going to falter for that. You know, in terms of this part here, I absolutely love. And that's probably about as far as it goes. The knife, it's a nice knife. No real issue with it other than the fact that it just goes dull real quick. The scissors for me, the scissors were an absolute letdown. I don't even know where to start with the scissors. Let me pull those out. You know, I've had bigger scissors before on, you know, the Leathermans, but they're actually really good scissors. Let me go back to this one here. There was just something about this, you know, and this, it's just not great. A lot of force has to go in just before I can really, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's the geometry. A lot of force before I can even get this closed. Maybe this should have been sitting, you know, designed upwards a bit more without me having to really get in contact, you know, with the spring-loaded mechanism here. I don't know, but I personally hate the scissors. I know other people online, I'm like, yeah, this is alright. The scissors for me only serve one real purpose, and it's not for cutting paper or rope or whatever. I can use the knife for that. If these are going to come into play, it's because I want to cut nails or I want to cut something that is kind of fiddly. And if I go in here, this is just not good. They're just, you know, if I try and get them in, even on the other side, I've got my nails all busted. I've got it split down the center here, but I'm having to just to keep it to make a cut. It's not pleasant at all. Yeah. Anyway, for me, I think the scissors were the thing that let me down the most. When I went to purchase this, there was another version which I believe, and I might be wrong, if I'm incorrect the way that I say this, I'll change it and I'll put the real name up on screen. But I think it was something like the Armbar Slim, and what the Armbar Slim had is it had most of this stuff. So it had the key things that I wanted. It had the blade, the bit driver, no scissors, was a little bit slimmer as well. The way that the scissors closes, it's just clunky. You've got to fold the scissors in the reverse way so that the whole thing's open and then fold it in on itself. Just not great. I really wanted to love this. For its size and everything, I thought, man, they've just solved this. Maybe I'm used to the sharpness and the quality of the steel in Leathermans than Gerber. I know that's a slightly different story when we're talking to the strong arm. If I had one knife out of everything that I own as a life dependency knife, it'd be my strong arm. And I kind of had high hopes that Gerber had solved the problem of carrying around a multi-tool into something that was so much smaller, had all of the right bits and pieces, and it's like, man, they had the key ingredients to the absolutely perfect multi-tool. small, compact, just didn't do it. I just fell short. I think for me, the scissors was the doer. You know, you've got an awl in here, which is, look, you know, got nothing bad to say about the awl. Some people also complaining about this bit here being as what they're calling a hammer. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a hammer. I wouldn't go so far. If you needed to tack something down, you could do it. You could do it, maybe more of a nutcracker. You're not going to go hammering. You're going to go hammering with this, and you're going to, that surface area is so small, and if this is how you're going to go hammering a nail, that nail is very quickly going to miss this surface and going to embed itself into the palm of your hand. So I wouldn't even bother, unless you're going to be tapping it like this, which is probably how I would be doing it, you know, using it to tap that way. You could probably get a small nail into something, or crack a nut, or I don't know, a lobster shell or a crab shell or something. But, man, don't mind the pry bar, that bit down the bottom. You know, you never know. That could come in handy. The bottle opener, yeah, came in handy out of those 2 weeks that I used it. I just think that if this had been in a much better quality steel, which kept its sharpness a bit better. Like I said, it does cut. It's not brilliant, but the scissors for me was the, you know, why am I carrying around something with this level of bulk when the scissors are the deal breaker for me? Yeah, there you go. So you've got to close the scissors down, you've got to open it all the way out that way, right? So that and then fold it in. The scissors that are on the Leathermans, man, they kick these guys' butts. I was finding myself in the dilemma of, why am I going to carry around something with this? There we go. Again, just frustrating trying to close that. Something about that size and weight when I can carry around something the size of this, and this does more and a much better job than me carrying this just for that bit driver. I carried it around exclusively for 2 weeks, and out of those 2 weeks when I first got it, it drove me absolutely berserk to the point that this got filed away. It now lives in one of my small EDC bags that I keep in the car, and if I need it for something for work or for whatever, I've got it in the car. I can go and get it, but it doesn't live on me on person. The Huntsman has taken the reins of what, you know. The armbar got me so excited that I figured that I might be able to make a rudimentary form that still performs better than this. So, and again, just for this bit driver component. So I've got myself a Leatherman curl. I already own a Wave, the original Wave, so, you know, 25 years old. It doesn't have, you know, the Waves have had upgrades along the way, which I believe they now come with bit drivers in them. My Wave doesn't have that. So I went looking for the cheapest Leatherman that had the bit driver in it. In this case, it was the option of, I believe, the Wingman or the curl, and there was something about the Wingman that I may not have liked that opted me to get the curl, purely on the intention of pulling it apart to make myself one of these, which I had gotten so excited about. Now, having said that, I really like this. I really like this, and I've been reluctant to pull it apart, but I think the day's going to come. The day's going to come. I'd wonder if I can pull out the scissors. They're small, but these things do the job. I've got no issue or hesitation using these for anything that I needed to. Bit frustrating cutting large bits of paper or whatever with it, but there's no fault in that. Not the case for the armbar. I wish I could do a song and dance about the Gerber, but I can't. It falls short. So, stay tuned. At some point, I may be making my own strong arm hybrid from the Leatherman curl. So, stay tuned for that. Hope you liked the video. If you do like the video and you got something out of it, maybe consider giving me a like and a subscribe. That'd be great. Help the YouTube algorithm find my videos a little bit more. And stay tuned for the next one.